All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So let me just recap this whole day, the trading that I did earlier today. As you can see, this setup and the way the market looked is the reason why I was looking long. It wasn't like I took the long, in this beautiful area right here on the 15-minute chart or anything like that. I actually took it here, maybe here. I don't think it was in this down candle. Anyways, there's one of these areas right here. I'll get to the lower side here in just a second. In fact, give me 1 minute. Sign in to something. Be right back. All right, so now you can actually see where I had taken the trade. 1 second. All right, let's see if I can actually do this now. It's the end of the day. You can see the markets are almost completely closed out. We got about 9 minutes left, but I really want to focus on this area, 15 minutes. This is the opening morning right here. It's the opening candle right there, opening 15 minutes. So patience and being diligent. I guess diligent is probably not the best word, but having a lot of patience this morning and waiting and just being true to my setup and waiting for it. I wanted to go long, but I just didn't trust it all morning. And honestly, yeah, I thought it was going to drop even further, which we did drop a little further, but I thought we'd get a pretty good size drop. And then the Monday range kept holding it, and then eventually presented a setup right in this area. I got 2 full points because I was able to limit buy into it. But yeah, let me zoom in and show you what I'm talking about. I really like this area. Like this would have been a great buy. Let me just make sure that y'all are seeing that I'm pointing it in the same direction. So this area right here would have been a great buy, depending on what the structure looked like on the lower time frames. But I mean, quite honestly, it probably looked pretty good because got this nice consolidation at a support, a nice little dip into through that consolidation, which probably got a bunch of people jumping in, going short, and then all of a sudden this candle right here, nice rejecting candle, full blown engulfing, and ended up pushing a little bit higher, and then that one was a go, right? So like a really good bit of structure right there. And this is also the structure that I would look for on the lower time frames. I mean, it happens in all time frames. But that's the structure that I would look for in the lower time frames for a go. Also, this one right here later in the day on the 15-minute chart, we had this nice pull up. We got this nice consolidation, bull flag, if you want to call it, into support, and then a go. And the target being the Monday median. Again, this Monday range, you can't beat it. And then when you add the VWAP with the Monday range, it's almost unbeatable as long as you have patience, as long as you don't force the trade. It's really good. So, all right, let's jump into the lower time frames and show you what I was looking at. The 1 minute chart. I always take these on the 1 minute chart. All right. So here we are opening. This is the opening range, 15-minute opening range right here. And we just kind of consolidated inside of it. And then we had some news right there, that last bit of PMI news. I was actually looking into trading in this area, completely forgetting about the news. I'm kind of glad there wasn't a setup at that time. We broke down and then pushed back up. And it was just a kind of a perfect little, move into that area. We broke down through the Monday range low, which is that blue line. Ended up coming all the way back up to, as you can see, that 15-minute opening range, which is a pretty good indicator right there. We started to break out. I know some people got trapped right in here. I know some people went long thinking, here's the push. We're going to go high all day. We're going to go bullish all day. Trump spoke yesterday. It's got to be better today. It really wasn't. We started coming back down. But this is the type of grind back to the downside that I like to see. And this is the main reason why I was never comfortable going short. Like I was looking short, thinking, we might end up dropping a little bit lower, but it was going to have to be the perfect setup. And you'll notice that earlier in this video, I kept inverting the scale to try and get a better look at it. And I was never comfortable going short, but I was also never really comfortable going long. The market just wasn't giving me a good setup. But I did like this grind down because to me, that's liquidity. All right, that's liquidity that needs to be tapped into. This is engineered liquidity. If you don't know my video, I do have a video on engineered liquidity. Try and post it, link it somewhere so you can get and look at it. To me, that's engineered liquidity. And I felt like price was going to work its way back into it. And as you can see, it does just about perfectly with that candle right there and takes out all of that liquidity at a later time. So I liked a long setup here, especially when this came in, rejected, but then we did not break lower. All right, we didn't break lower, and we started consolidating right on top of the lower part of the 15-minute range, and right on top of the Monday low, the Monday range low. And when that's happening, I immediately start thinking long. I do end up getting a good setup, right? We get this nice consolidation, then we get this breakout. I ended up able to set a limit buy in this area. Was it that area? Let me go ahead. Yeah, it was that area where I set the limit buy up. You can see 34.50, and then we just ended up getting that push. Like we actually pulled down. I was actually down at one point, 10 points on this trade. So I got in at 47.50. This candle, if you look up here at the low number right here, let me just look at this number right there. The low of this candle is 35.50. So I was actually down almost 12 points. I mean, yeah, 12 points. It was down exactly 12 points at one point in time before this thing took off. So I thought I was going to get stopped out. I thought it was going to actually be a pretty quick stop out, but it ended up shooting up and we ended up getting out pretty quickly. So 10 points is all I look for. That's all I got. And the market kept going higher. Of course, we come back up, we started consolidating, we reach lower, we consolidate here, and then about lunchtime, we just ended up taking off. Again, this right here is a good indication that it doesn't want to go lower, right? We break down right here, back through the Monday low. We break into some lower lows on the day. I mean, this should have kept going south. And when it decided to consolidate here, and then we broke lower and then just grinded in this area, this is a bullish setup. So, I mean, in hindsight, it's easy to see that way, but I'm not trading this time of day anyways. And then we ended up just kind of breaking out and moving to the upside through the 15-minute range all the way up to the Monday median, the Monday range median, which is the equilibrium of the Monday range. So we go to a higher time frame. You can see that happening pretty easy. So 10 points out of it. Here's the trade journal. All right, so we're up to $1.16 thousand. We've got 6 green trades in a row, 6 days in a row. As you can see, these 3 trades in March, these 3 trades in February, all very consistent. This will actually push me to, I think we are just over the range. Hang on 1 second, and I will, because you got to be in the 20% consistency, and it's 20% of you divide your highest day trading, which is, if you look at, it's right here, the 27th. That is the highest day that I have trading. So it's 209.30. So I think it's actually 209.32. So 209.32, yeah, divided by 20% is $1,046. Are we going to zoom in on that? No? Okay. Well, anyways, trust me, 1,046.60 is the threshold, and I'm already over that with 1,160. So I will be inside that 20% consistency range now, as long as I don't make over $209 or something like that. I should be good. Haven't had any drawdown for the most part. I haven't closed anything for a red trade. And we've just been moving straight up this whole time. So as you can see, very equal 6 green trades. I mean, it's been a pretty good ride so far. And I will continue doing that. So 194.30 on the day, 194.32 on the day with the one trade. So Again, I appreciate you watching. This is just complete VWAP. Let me actually put in the VWAP and show you where the VWAP was during this whole time. All right, so when I took this trade, let's go back to the 1 minute chart. The VWAP was used, but it wasn't used as an indicator to trade off of, but actually an indicator to trade into. So I took my trade here and I had the VWAP standard deviation, one standard deviation below the VWAP right here. And that would have been, that's where I am projecting. I want to make sure I've got about 20 points in between my entry in there. And of course I did 34.70. This right here was 69. So there was easily 22 points to almost 23 points right there. So, and that's the reason, another reason why I took the trade. So I knew I had room between me and that standard deviation to get the points with no pullback or anything. So it's another reason why I ended up taking the trade. Yes, I could have easily taken more trades and gotten more money or whatever. That's not the point with this. I am going to probably trade this way for the entire month, looking for these little easy 10-point setups, take one trade, move on, and hopefully not take a loss. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, put a comment in there. Let's start a conversation. I have no problems answering some questions. And, I'll see you on the next one.